(3218). Oh yes, Mr. Webb. Well, you'll be pleased to know that we've just started. Yes. Well, you said a couple of days ago that you wanted this done, and we gave it some thought. Had quite a few good ideas, and as a matter of fact, the whole job was commenced about, well, you wouldn't believe it, about 30 seconds ago. Yes. No, we think it'll be a good idea. It's high time that something like this was done. It will show many just what exists and what can be done. Okay. Well, we'll keep you informed about the progress from time to time. All right. Okay, leave it to us. Right, bye. Oh, I didn't see you come in. Ah, well, that was Con Webb, the Assistant Chief of the Division of Extension Services, and he just phoned us as the film unit to ask how we're getting on with a new production, which is in fact a guided tour of the film unit. This is something that Mr. Webb has wanted for some time because he believes, and quite rightly so too, that there are many people in the Department of Agriculture, people scattered statewide, who are very involved with their own affairs in their own districts and disseminating information to farmers and so forth, and they don't really know that this great facility exists here in the Department of Agriculture in Melbourne. How many people have been to our location and had a guided tour of this establishment? How many of them know that we are here to help and assist them in their work, and we can assist them in a very real way? And so we're going to provide this guided tour. In fact, I'm going to take you around the Department of Agriculture film unit, and you can see what we have and what we do. And with a bit of luck, you'll see some of the photographic work in production, because from room to room there are things going on all the time. Many people say, where are you? Well, that's where we're going to begin. We're going to show you where we are. So if you come with me, we'll go down into Burke Street, and then you'll have no doubt whatsoever as to where the Department of Agriculture film unit is located. Off we go to Burke Street. Oh, there you are. The film unit is situated near the top of Burke Street, and that's where Parliament House is situated. And almost opposite Parliament House is this beautiful building here, the Windsor Hotel. This is the part that faces Burke Street. The main entrance, of course, faces Spring Street. And our street, Windsor Place, is right behind the Windsor Hotel. So it's number 25. Come on down, I'll show you through. Oh, one thing, watch for parking. It's a very busy street. Well, this is the address, number 25, Windsor Place. There's the sign, Department of Agriculture, floors 2 and 3. We're located on the 3rd floor. You're about to travel in Melbourne's slowest lift, but there's one compensation: it's reliable. Interesting point here. If you use this lift to travel to the top of the BHP building, you'd be travelling for 8.5 minutes. Anyway, we're nearly here now. Fortunately, we only have to go 3 floors. Well, this is the 3rd floor, 25 Windsor Place. And we occupy this entire floor with room upon room, which is used entirely for film production and radio production. I think we'll begin with a look-see at our studio over here. Well, I don't think we'll go in there just at the moment. There's something, well, we'll just leave it go. I think we'd better move down to one of the editing rooms and show you the type of equipment that we use down here. There you are. Well, this is one of our editing rooms. We have several rooms just like this one. And of course, being an agricultural organisation, we spend a lot of our time in the field, filming. Once the film has been processed soon after our return, it's in a room like this that the editing takes place. Editing, of course, is an extremely important part of film production. In fact, perhaps you're a writer. If you are, you'll know that editing can either make or break the story. Down there on the upright Moviola is Don Calder. And over on the Magna Sink is Don Hewitt. How are things going, Don? Oh, fine, just fine. Fine. Well, I think we'll have a look what Don Calder is doing on the upright Moviola machine. The Moviola is an editing machine. Let me explain it to you. On this side, you have the film that was taken. At this stage, the film does not have any soundtrack. The sound for it is on this sprocketed tape. Now, we can run the film and the sprocketed tape locked together in synchronization, or we can run the film separately or the sound separately. We have to do this to line up the sound with the picture. And again, over here, we can have another roll of sound, which could contain the narration, or it could contain music, or effect noises. So what Don's doing is running a piece of film here with the sound which was recorded just recently at Horsham. Let's have a look what we have here. We have an identification mark, and we're seeing a tractor coming forward towards the camera, and we're also hearing the sound in sync. At the moment, Don Calder is simply checking out to see that the picture and sound are in sync. Well, that was Don Calder at the 16mm Moviola machine. 16mm film, and we also, of course, work in 35mm film, which we use specifically for films which are going to be on television, mostly our 60-second films for television, which we call commercials. This film unit may not be 20th Century Fox or Pinewood Studios, but as you go around, you'll find that we have here the equipment that enormous organisations such as those two that I've mentioned would have. Only here, it's all condensed into one place. We have very similar type of equipment, and in many cases just as expensive. Believe me, we have some beautiful gear here. We also have a 35mm Moviola machine, which is similar to the 16mm Moviola, which Don Calder was using a few moments ago. You'll see that it's basically the same shape, size, but of course it uses the wider gauge film. Well, now, come with me and I'll show you another of our editing rooms and another member of our staff. Many people believe that the film that goes through the camera is the film that you eventually get to see. Well, this isn't the case. The film that goes through the camera is called the negative, and as soon as it's been processed, we put it away in a safe place. But before that, we make a copy of it, which is called a work print. This is a work print, and Ray Lieber's working on a film here at the moment. Ray's job is negative matching. So that when the work print has been cut to the desired length with every scene just the way we want it, we then get the negative out and make an exact copy of the work print. That's what Ray does here, and it requires very precise work and very clean conditions too. Well, thanks, Ray. We'll continue the tour. Oh, there you are. You're very elusive. Keep getting ahead of me. Well, let's continue our tour. We still have to see the studio, the equipment store, film processing, printing room, control room, theaterette, and the darkroom. Now this time, I hope I'll be able to show you the studio, our beautiful studio. Oh, I'm sorry. There's something going on there that I just can't show you at the moment. So in the meantime, here's our 6-plate editing table. Excuse me.
Here, come in. Is there something I can do for you?
There you are, Bob. I've been looking for you. We're making a film about the tour of the film and radio unit. Our friend here keeps getting ahead of me.
You're ahead of me too. I'm scripting that film.
You're doing a script about this film?
Yes, a script about this film.
But we don't need a script because this is being done ad lib.
It's one of those films?
It's one of those films. You see, there are films which you need a script for and films that don't need a script. And you're doing a script about it. Bob looks up and... oh dear, dear, dear. You see, the point we're trying to make here is that some films definitely need a very tight script, and other films, nothing at all, or just a minimum of script detail. But when you do need a script, isn't it essential, Bob, to be properly briefed?
It is essential, and particularly with the sort of films that we're doing most of the time, where there's a lot of scientific content or something. Something has to happen in sequence, so we have to plan it in sequence, and therefore it is essential to plan it, and in some cases to script it completely. But in other cases, of course, the action works itself out, and so all we do is just prepare a little bit of a treatment and work along those lines. Perhaps like this film.
But a better production is properly planned.
Without any doubt.
The MagnaSync Moviola 6-plate editing machine. It's a big title, it's a big machine. We keep it in here. Come and have a look. Well, I mentioned before that we have some nice equipment here at the Department of Agriculture Film and Radio Unit. This is called a MagnaSync Moviola 6-plate editing machine. The main benefit of this job is that it makes our work easier and speedier. Again, we have sound and 2 rolls of sprocketed tape, and just by sitting in front of the machine you have everything at your fingertips to get the job through quickly. Oh, there you are. I want to show you the darkroom now. Right, now, in we come to the darkroom. This will be interesting. A lot of interesting things develop in the darkroom. Come with me. Now, down here. Right, now, watch. There's a step just here now. Now, through you go. Now, close that door. Right. Right. Now, just along this passageway. Right. Another door. Right, now through, turn to your left, now just stop there, now you're right, good, close the door, bolt it. Right, there we are. This is our dark room, and, well, as you can see, it's quite dark. Right, okay, now we'll just strike a match up in here somewhere. Oh yes, here we are. We're going to go from here in a moment. I'll get this match lit. Just a moment, hang on. Ah, there we are. We're going to go from here down to the control room, which I assure you is a much brighter place than this dark room. Well, now we're coming to the radio operation of the Department of Agriculture. This is our control room, and this is Bruce Wardley, who's obviously editing one of our radio features at the moment. What are you doing here, Bruce?
Well, yes, I'm doing a program for 3WM at Horsham, and this program's called Landscape.
And do we supply this program to other stations as well?
Yes, it goes to about 5 stations throughout Victoria.
Do we have other features for other stations?
Yes, we have a number of programs, including gardening programs.
Is it all commercial?
No, we also use the ABC. For example, we use their country hour and country breakfast session programs.
Do you enjoy going around the country and recording all this material?
Oh yes, we head out and interview the departmental officers and then come back and edit it out here. I enjoy it very much, yes.
Well, it all looks very impressive to me, with tape recorders and microphones and plugs. It appears that we could go on the air direct from here to the country stations of Victoria. Perhaps Dale Bromley can enlighten us on the future of that possibility.
Hello, Don. Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy that, Don?
Well, it's more than a possibility, Don. In fact, we're undergoing some negotiations right now to see if we can get some landlines. In fact, one landline which will go straight from this equipment here to what we call Broadcast Exchange, 60 City West, and from there we'll be able to go to, I think, almost every country commercial radio station in Victoria and the ABC, which I think will be a first for the Department of Agriculture. I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, it's something we've wanted for a long time.
I think that's the way radio ought to be, Don. Immediate. Now. Radio is not last week or the week before. It's right now. It's happening. And I think this is going to put us on the map.
It'll save us running down to the radios.
It'll do that too. Yes, fine.
Good, thanks, Dale. Fine. Just having a look in the studio, I think we'll be right to at last take you on an inspection tour of our studio.
On the strength of the dedication of the family farm.
Oh, excuse me a moment, I'll just get this phone. 3218. Oh, hello, Mr. Webb. Oh, things are coming along pretty well. Yes, that's the guided tour of the film unit film. We're pretty pleased with it so far. As a matter of fact, we've just finished the control room talking about radio, and we've reached, well, I'm in Bruce Gundry and Reg Bolter's office at the moment. We're heading towards the studio. Yeah, it's taken a little longer than we thought. Well, not really, but you must realise that all the scenes have had to be completely lit. In most instances, there must be, 4 to 5 lights on every scene, yes. And at times, the sound recording's been a bit difficult too, because we've been in some rather tight places. In fact, Don Calder's very often been down on his knees on the floor. That's where he is now, as a matter of fact. Yes, we're very happy with it. It's not all serious, you know. Oh, no. But I think we're covering it all fairly well, and I think you'll like the result. Good, well, we'll get on our way towards the studio, and then it won't be long before it's finished. OK, Mr. Webb, we'll keep you informed. Right. Goodbye. Oh, I've just remembered something. We have rather a large, comprehensive record library, which we use for most of our films. It means that if we have locusts on the screen and we want some locust-type music, we have it. Or cows in the field, or tractors, or just general street scenes. It's all in our record library. Let's go to the studio. Now that scene that you just saw of me leaving here, walking up the passageway and coming back, was rather dull and uninteresting, wasn't it? Just an empty passageway, nothing happening. Let's try it again with the addition of some suitable bright music to brighten up this scene. Now here's the record, on goes the pickup, and here's the music. Well, now at last we come to the studio. Let me take you in. Well, I know you're itching to find out what's going on in the studio, but we must wait just a little longer. And right now we can get rid of our music we used to get me around the passageway. Notice how bright it was, how it enlivened that scene with a bit of bright music. Now you're watching a release print. What is a release print? Well, it's a print which is fit for release everywhere. It's the final accepted copy of the original film that's been edited. This printing is done here on this floor, and that's one of Bruce Gundry's main tasks. So let me show you the printing room. Well, Bruce Gundry is our motion picture technician, and Bruce at the moment is threading up the Arriflex 16mm printing machine, preparing to print a final release of one of our documentary films. Now, the printer is a very important part in film production, because a lot of the quality of the final print depends on how well this machine is operated. Now, for instance, for some reason the film may be overexposed slightly, like this. Or, on the other hand, it could be underexposed, like this. Now, those are exaggerations, but you'll get the idea. Now, the printer has, of course, a light which is used for printing onto the new stock, and that light varies in intensity, and so you should get an overall nicely graded film. Yes, it's a beautiful piece of equipment, our Arriflex printer. Now, the studio. Actually, the staff of the film unit are in here now watching this film that we'll be making for you. So let's go in and have a look. It was very puzzling, but here we go. 16mm film, and we also, of course, work in 35mm film, which we use specifically for films which are going to be on television, mostly our 60-second films for television, which we call commercials. This film unit may not be 20th Century Fox or Pinewood Studios, but as you go around you'll find that we have here the equipment that enormous organisations such as those two that I've mentioned would have. Only here it's all condensed into one place. We have very similar type of equipment and in many cases just as expensive. Believe me, we have some beautiful gear here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Webb. As a matter of fact, I've just come from the studio where we're screening the finished job. Yes, just right now. Well, when I say finished, it's almost finished. There's always the titles, of course, they have to be considered. We're wondering just what to call it. In fact, I think the decision's been made. There's a big white title across the screen at the moment. It says, Hello, Mr. Webb. That's the title, because that's what I've been saying to you quite often during the making of this film. Yeah, look, I think I'll get rid of this title. It's been there long enough. Gone. We've got a pretty good job, we think, here. It'll show the people in the department just what we have here in the way of film and radio operations. Mr. Webb, would you just hold on for one moment, please? There's some anxiety here about getting these titles on, so we'll get them out of the way quickly. Of course, there's titles for photography and sound recording. Oh, and we have a producer who's well known in the department as well. Yeah. Another thing too, we used Eastman colour this time. Gives us a very good colour. We're very happy with it. And of course, we have to put our Agrifilm title on. Okay, that's the titles all out of the way. When are you going to come across and see it? A little later. All right, we'll have it laced up ready to go. Good, Mr. Webb. Goodbye. Well, that's that. All done.